The uncomfortable truth about work. Why does your job feel like a trap? Let's be real. You didn't sign up for this. You didn't go to school, bust your ass, and dream of your future to end up here. What do you mean? What does that mean, Jason? What does end up here? Well, you're burnt out. You're broke. And it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, and you're scrolling through jobs on Indeed. But here you are. Here's the hard truth. But I want to tell you something. Staying stuck is a choice. This isn't about blaming the system, and we'll get into that. But this is about refusing to play the victim and refusing to take back control of your life. It's so easy to give it to other people, isn't it? It's so hard to take responsibility and understand truly who you are as a human. So let's get into 7 things. Number 1, burnout and stress. It's time to stop the madness. 84% of millennials are burnout. 84. Think about that. You're scrolling on a dating app. Oh, that person swipe right, swipe left. Guess what? 84% of those people that you're swiping on is burnout and stressed. Why? Because we have unrealistic deadlines. We have endless emails and Slack messages. We have to work on the weekends. And it's proof that we're giving too much and not receiving enough for our soul. We get too little back. And burnout doesn't mean you're tough. It means you're ignoring your limits that's inside of you. This podcast is all about self-awareness. It's the self-aware leader. You're not a machine, guys. You're not built to grind 24/7. Stop glorifying exhaustion. Start appreciating yourself enough to tell people around you, whether it's family, whether it's your boss, whether it's a partner, an ex-partner, start saying no. You are the only one who can protect your energy. I'm going to say that again, guys. Listen to me. You are the only one who can protect your energy. And burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a warning sign that you stopped valuing yourself. And it's a warning sign that if you continue down this road, you're going to have mental health issues. Number 2, financial pressures. Own your wealth, own your future. You're not bad with money. You're not lazy. You're stuck in a system that wasn't built for your success. The schools that you went to are built to little cogs in the machine. All they want is people to come out, don't question anything, work, work, work. They're built for hourly wages. Nothing has changed. Ask your grandparents what they did when they went to school and how school was, and look at the school now. Technology has transformed the world, but the school system has stayed the same. And we know this: rising rent. You can't even afford to buy a house anymore. Crushing student debt. Most people have tons of student debt. And then wages. Wages haven't gone up in decades. And I know it's tough, but here's the thing. You're tougher. Blaming the system is not going to build your wealth. But I tell you one thing that will, and that's taking responsibility. It's time to stop blaming and start building. Cut the distractions. Learn the skills that increase your value. Nobody's going to hand you stability. Stop thinking that. I talk to so many people and they think that they're going to get on a silver platter, somebody hand them stability through a relationship, through an awesome boss, whatever it may be. Guess what? If you want stability, you have to create it. You're not stuck because the system is broken. You're stuck because you're waiting for it to fix you. And nothing external can fix you. Number 3, job security fears. Guys, we have to evolve or we're going to get left behind. AI, artificial intelligence, isn't coming for your job. It's already here. And I know half the workers out there are worried, and they should be. But fear is not going to save you. Action will. The jobs of the future aren't about doing more. They're about being more. If your work can be replaced by a robot, by a machine, it's time to level up. You have to invest in skills that make you irreplaceable. What is that? Creativity, emotional intelligence, leadership. We talk about all these things on this podcast. Stop worrying about what AI can do. Start focusing on what only you can do. You're like, I don't know that. That's where self-awareness comes in. Machines can't replace your soul, your ideas, who you are, the way that you lead other people. Stop fearing AI and start evolving. Number 4, work-life balance. Respect yourself enough to demand it. Hustle culture told you to grind now and rest later. We can see that in our grandparents, but later never comes, does it? I know somebody that hustled their whole life, and they died at the gas station while pumping gas. Your time is your life. Protect it like it's priceless, because it is. You don't have time to go on those silly, dumb Tinder dates that have no meaning. Put in your profile what you're truly looking for, what type of person, and then start living that. Set boundaries, respect them, because respecting the boundaries that you put is respecting yourself. And if your workplace doesn't respect them, walk away. There are other jobs and other bosses that will respect you. Work-life balance isn't selfish. It's called self-respect. And if your job doesn't get that and they don't understand that, then I'm telling you, leave. Number 5, lack of engagement. You're not the problem. You're disengaged because your job sucks, period. The work that a robot could do is boring. The growth that a robot's going to do is non-existent. And nobody recognizes your effort because it's just a meaningful task that has to get done. Stop blaming yourself for being uninspired because you're doing, for hours on end, uninspiring work. You're not lazy. You're hungry for something meaningful. And I encourage you, go find it. Be self-aware enough where you ask the questions. Find a job that challenges you, that makes you fearful in a good way. Find a team that appreciates you and a mission that excites you. You're not here to survive, guys. You're here to thrive. We have one life. Let's go. Let's live it. If your job doesn't light you up, it's not your future. And don't be like your grandparents who settled for 30, 40, 50 years of it's just a paycheck. The average person within 5 years of retiring that just got a paycheck dies. Think about that. They wasted decades and decades and decades of their life where they could have been doing something where they're passionate about. Instead, they sold their soul for a paycheck in hopes for retirement, and then 5 years later, they're dead. 6, career advancement. Stop waiting, start building. Ambition is great, but ambition without action is just frustration. I'm going to say that again. This is really, 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 really important. Ambition without action is just frustration. If you're waiting for someone to hand you a promotion, you'll be waiting forever. If the ladder is broken, build your own path. Upskill, network, take risk. If your company doesn't see your value, show it to someone who will. I'm telling you guys, the 1%, not even 1%, if you know how to sell well, if you can get on a phone or you can get a network and have a conversation with someone and you learn, it's just a skill set. That's all it is. Whether you're introverted, it does not matter. I'm introverted and I can sell. Selling puts you in the top 1% of the world. Things get done off of selling. Your career isn't stuck because you're not good enough. It's stuck because you're waiting for permission to grow. And then number 7, we talked about this earlier, and that's mental health. Choose yourself every time. I'm going to say that again. In relationships and work and everything in your life, it is not selfish to choose yourself every time. I know millennials and G are the first generations willing to walk away from jobs. And I know you use mental health days and you have all those things. And you're right. Peace of mind is worth more than a paycheck. But your mental health isn't a weakness. And I want you to understand that. If your job costs your sanity, it's not worth it. Take care of yourself. Protect your boundaries. You don't owe burnout to anyone. Who do you owe that to? And they don't deserve it either, because if you're not doing it with passion and you're not doing it with love and it doesn't light you up to get up in the morning like I do. I love to work what I do because I'm so excited to get up in the morning and start. I work 7 days a week, but it doesn't feel like it. I don't get burnout. And if I do, usually it's something that I'm off course on. And I just have to correct it, figure out where I am. But I always choose my mental health over a job anytime. And if you have to quit because of your mental health, it's winning. It's not quitting. So how do you escape the trap? Number 1, and I always say this, stop playing victim. The system isn't fair. So what? Own your power and move forward. Number 2, redefine success for you. Forget what society says. You need to define it for yourself. Stop letting other people dictate what you should be and where you should be working. It does not, what relationship, all of that. Redefine success for you. Number 3, invest in yourself. Learn, grow, build skills that make you unstoppable, that a robot can't take over. Number 4, take action. Stop waiting and start doing. The perfect time is now. You're not stuck because life is unfair. You're stuck because you're waiting for someone else to save you. And they're never come. That prince, those movies, they sold you a lie. There's no prince that's going to come and the magic slipper's going to fit. And next thing you know, the clock dings and here you are. And then from the scary job where the stepmother's at with the horrible boss, that's not going to happen. And guys, this isn't a video. This is a mirror. It's time to stop blaming and start owning. You're not a victim. Because you know what? You are capable. You are powerful. And you're the only one that's going to best rewrite your story. Change yourself. And I guarantee you, if you begin to work on yourself and you get rid of and who cares about the system or who cares about other people to change me, I'm going to work on myself. Watch how fast your life transforms.